Hello, I'm Dr. Brian Connor, your course coordinator, and on behalf of my co-faculty for this course, Dr. Sharon Bond, I'd like to welcome you to NRDNP 858, Evidence-Based Practice, Quality, and Safety. The purpose of this very brief welcome and introductory video is just to give you a few pointers on how to be successful in this course. If you pay attention here and follow these pointers, I guarantee you'll be successful throughout this course. So let's take a look at some of the things that I think are most important and I want to ensure that you focus on. First of all, after you view this video, go to the announcements. The announcements are always at the top of the All Weeks section there in Moodle, and it's very important for you to pay attention to announcements on a weekly basis, if not twice a week. Make sure if you get, I'm not sure always if students get an email notifying them that there is an announcement. If you do, that's great. Please go and pay attention to what's in the announcement. If you don't get emails telling you that there's a new announcement, then you need to be sure and pay attention and go and look at the announcements. That's where I put important information as the course goes along. As you'll see, we'll talk about, most everything should be covered in the syllabus and during the course as things are set up in Moodle, but announcements are things that come up during the course of the semester. So just please pay attention to the announcements. I don't email everyone out with important information. I put the important information in the announcements, and so I want to be sure that you pay attention to announcements throughout the semester. The next thing let's talk about is the syllabus. You are graduate students, assuming that this is not the first graduate course for any of you. Hopefully you understand and know how important the syllabus is and how important it is to read every bit of the syllabus. But I want you to pay special attention to certain things. It's been my experience in the past that even some very intelligent graduate students fail to pay attention to due dates sometimes. The due dates for this course are listed in the weekly topical outline as well as in the assessment section. So please pay attention to the due dates, and if you have any questions, please feel free to post a question in Cyber Cafe. We'll talk about that. If you're concerned or don't understand certain due dates, if you have a problem with due dates, please be sure and let one of us know. You'll see in a few minutes we'll talk about groups, and you'll be separated into groups so that you'll either have me as your primary faculty member or Sharon as, so you'll either be in Brian's group or Sharon's group, and that means that we will split up each of you, the groups, so that we can better address your papers as you go along. So just be sure that if you have any difficulties that you need to let us know of, something that is unavoidable that you're going to have to be late with, then you need to let one of us know. Communication is the key. If you communicate with us ahead of time and let us know what's going on, we are always willing to try to accommodate you in any way we can. But if you don't let us know that you need a little extension or that something's going on in your life, then we assume that you just have decided not to turn in an assignment on time or post a discussion on time. And believe me, I understand that life happens, but I also believe that you are all graduate students and you need to be held accountable for due dates, for posting discussions when they're due, for posting responses to your classmates. That's how we tell that you're participating in class. So just please pay attention to those due dates, and then read the rest of the syllabus, because there's important information in there, particularly about how we want you to handle the discussions, particularly about our grading policies. So just pay attention to the syllabus and make sure that you understand particular things like late assignment policy, the attendance policy, so that what works best for us is that we don't have any difficulties throughout the semester. We want you to be successful, and we guarantee you'll be successful if you just pay attention to these dates, pay attention to what's due and when it's due, and let us know if you have any difficulties. That's the most important thing. What we find is, I know that every one of you is likely working, has families, you have several courses. We understand all of that. However, you've chosen to be in an online curriculum, a fully online curriculum, because it's easier than having to go to classes. Doesn't mean you can skip classes, skip assignments, or not do what needs to be done to be successful. So please just pay attention to those things, and we will be sure and help you in any way we can. We want you to be successful. We'll do everything we can to help you get there, but it's up to you to do the work. Let's pay attention to groups. Go and look immediately after you do this. You look at the announcements, you look at the syllabus, and then you look and see whether you're in Brian's group or Sharon's group, because as you do discussions throughout the course of the semester, you'll do those in your groups, not with the entire class. There are 66 in this class, and we have them split up so that 37 are in my group, 29 are in Sharon's group. Cyber Cafe, hopefully you know by now from other courses, it's the best place to post a question that is general, that you think almost always, if you have a question about due dates or an assignment or something to do with the course, other people have that question too, and they will benefit from you posting the question and us posting those answers in Cyber Cafe. Pay attention there in all weeks to the instructions for the State of the Science paper. That's going to be your final deliverable in this course, the final product, and we help you build that throughout the course. So hopefully it's something that by the time you submit the final paper, it should be in excellent shape because we've helped you along the way. We've helped you build it, but you also need to start out from the beginning understanding the instructions for that final paper. So please pay attention to those. As you go into week 1 and in all the weeks, please pay attention to the instructions. There are documents, Word documents, that say week 1 instructions, week 2 and 3 instructions, week 4 instructions as we go along. I want you to know something if you don't know this yet. The faculty, all of the faculty through the College of Nursing has the ability in Moodle to see each one of you, to see your activity, to see when you've logged into Moodle, to see what you've viewed in Moodle. It's been my experience in past courses that some students fail to ever even look at the instructions. It's beyond me how that's possible. How would you be a graduate student in a course and not even open a Word document that says instructions for this week? But I've seen it happen. So I'm telling you right now that I want you absolutely categorically to open and look at all of the weekly instructions. It's vital for you to know what we're doing, what needs to be done beyond just looking at the assignments and when the assignments are due. I want to reiterate that it's my feeling that you're graduate students. You need to behave in that way, which means that you need to read everything that is pertinent. That being said, there are PDFs, there are other documents, there are other websites that are meant as resources for you. You can choose to read or look at those or not look at those based on whether you think they'll be helpful to you or not, but you absolutely have to look at things like the weekly instructions, the podcasts and the videos. The podcasts and the videos we do in this course, we're trying to use more and more YouTube videos and podcasts, and they're all brief. This one's going to be the longest one because I'm trying to give you some good instruction, but this one's not going to go over 10 minutes, hopefully. Most of our videos and podcasts are 5 minutes. We know you don't have a lot of time. We try to give you as much information as we can in a short amount of time. But to fail to even look at those videos or podcasts, number one, disrespects the faculty, and number two, may mean the difference between you being successful or not being successful in this course. So please, just spend the time that you need to. We're trying to do our very best to keep these things brief and informative and something that will help you throughout this course. And then everything we're doing in this course is going to help you throughout your career. So please pay attention to those. As far as discussions go, discussions are how we monitor your class participation. You have to participate beyond just turning in the assignments. So it's vital to answer the discussion questions. I don't have them in every week. They're in several weeks throughout the course, but not in every week. So when we have them, these are not meant to be lengthy discussion question answers. I just want you to answer the question and then have a little bit of a discussion with other classmates and respond to at least one other student's post so that there's a bit of discussion. The sharing that goes on among students often is as important, if not more important, than what it is that the faculty has to offer you. And finally, just please let either Sharon or I know anything we can do to help you be successful. That's what we're here for. We want this to be a good experience for you. We want you to have an excellent product at the end in your State of the Science paper, and we're willing to do whatever we can to help you be successful as long as you do the work. Thanks very much for listening and viewing, and we'll see you throughout the semester.